The sporting event that we will be highlighting in this video is the NBA matchup between the San Antonio Spurs and the Golden State Warriors. Spectacular in scale. It was the return to the Alamodome, the first NBA season game to be there since 2002. And in particularly, we're going to be discussing victory and discussing the volume of moral victory to the no real victory at all, only noble defeat results of this game. And we'll discuss different points of view of this event from Coach Pop, the media personnel that were there, and the opposing coach and players.
Isn't this like a weird one-off game? Like, what are we supposed to make of this? When they got 60,000 people, to what end, I don't know. They're told, you got to be fired up, you got to win this game. It's a celebration of something, a 50th anniversary. I don't know. What does this game mean?
Wilbon brings an interesting point of view. I decided to start this video off with this clip because you can see that there's no interest in moral implications to this event. From he doesn't care, or he's unaware of the magnitude of moral victory that's going to be happening in that arena. Heading into this game, the Spurs are holding on to one of the worst records of franchise history, coming off a 20-year run of success, championships, glory. It's the first season of what the NBA world they call a rebuild season. So there won't be many real victories along the way. They will be few and far in between. But before this game, we get an inside look at what Coach Pop preaches to his team. So let's take a listen.
We'll make shots or we won't. I don't care. We care about all the other stuff. So communicating early is important because they move and chase space better than anybody. Great test for us. Great learning experience.
What we can take out of this is that the Spurs have a clear understanding of what type of victory they prioritize, probably on a night-to-night, game-to-game basis, but also in particularly this night. He talks about how the opposing team that they're playing, the defending champions, are the best at what they do, and you know, it's a real learning opportunity for these players. So he de-emphasizes the importance of point of the game, which is to make shots and score points, that contextual part of the game, those skills of scoring points. He doesn't care about those. He clearly understands the concept of developmental moral victories throughout this season. The national headline about this game was the attendance record being set with 68,323 tickets sold. That was the national headline. And another moral victory was the fact that the Spurs were able to showcase this game on national TV. On ESPN highlighted this historic night, very vindictive for the organization, right? To put that celebration of past success in front of so many people, to see the support, the unity, and the culture the Spurs organization, a sports franchise, has created over their 50-year lifespan. And this event brought together multiple generations of fans to celebrate together. The play-by-play personalities, Ryan Roucco and former NBA player J.J. Reddick, did a great job describing the spirit surrounding this moral value that this event brings to the table and what it means not only to the players or the community, but to sport as well.
And you could see it's not just about witnessing this game, but being a part of history. The communal energy here in San Antonio, a city that absolutely loves its Spurs. Just a really cool night to be a part of the NBA.
Absolutely. And that's one of the things that I love about basketball is the community aspect, the sort of symbiotic nature between a team, its players, and its fans and the city. That's how we create meaning in sports.
Yeah, it's just been awesome to feel amidst a season that's had a lot of losing. And tonight, a night for them to remember.
Now, the opposing team's best player, Stephen Curry, who's regarded as one of the best players in the world, best shooters in the world, and who has revolutionized the game and how it's played today, even spoke out after the game about how it was the event itself, not the opponent, not the opposition that was on the floor against them, but it was the event that brought out the team's best road performance of the season, in his opinion. And to put some context behind that, up until that point, the Warriors were 3-16 on the road, one of the worst road records in the NBA. Since that game, they are now 3-5 on the road, already showing promise of improvement. So down the road, one might argue that on this particular night, the moral win was of greater value than the single win on their overall record. The qualitative and evaluative analysis of this event will prove to show a massive victory for the Spurs organization, for the community of San Antonio, and for the players involved. A night filled with development, twilight, and circumstantial moral victories. On the other hand, the quantitative factual analysis, right, will provide only that the Spurs played the Warriors and lost 144 to 113. This is an example of why both types of victory are important and valid, and they should hold tremendous value and interchangeability on taking priority over the other, because both together give you that full picture that was described in the chapter, right? You don't know the full picture of this sporting event by just looking at one or the other. You need them both. You need both types of victory to fully expose, the virtues of sports. No real victory. There was no win. I don't think anyone expected the team to win going in. It wasn't even, you would say, a noble effort. They weren't even that close. It was more of just, we're just happy to be there. And if you look at the fans at the end of the game, there are no sad faces, only happy celebratory faces. And after a loss in a professional arena, that shows great ethics and character by the people in attendance, where we discuss as fans, where we discuss how fans are usually, showcasing unethical behavior. In this instance and in this night, it was an extreme opposite, polar opposite of that. And it just shows, again, the beauty of sports.